So, the New York Yankees have acquired Cody Bellinger from the Chicago Cubs for essentially nada. And that, we talked about it on the video game stream yesterday, but I wish that my team, the Blue Jays, was on the receiving end of so many of these moves that the Yankees just seem to get where, we'll just not give up any, we'll not get it. Don't worry, you just take them. You just take them. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But Bellinger, yes, on his way to the New York Yankees. Let's go over a few things that this means. First, for New York, I think this makes a ton of sense. He is a very good fielder out in center field. He can play first base as well. And so I think there is some versatility there. He has a left-handed bat that plays very well at Yankee Stadium, see Soto, Juan, and is the type of the lefty bat that this lineup was missing since the exit of the aforementioned Soto. So for New York, this makes all the sense in the world, and this makes this team very dangerous, in my opinion. Also, I think his versatility is important. He can play center field. If it were me, I would assume that Dominguez makes this lineup on opening day for New York. I think he is a very good center fielder, but if he moves into left, then you have a very good defensive, at least left side of your outfield, and you can kind of shade things a little bit to maybe help out Aaron Judge out and right, although he is, as a right fielder, he is not all that bad. We're not talking Giancarlo Stanton out there. Like, he is a fine fielding right fielder. And so you have a pretty good defensive outfield that can have a ton of speed and also mash, which, yes, Blue Jays is possible, and we'll get to them in a second. But you also can move Bellinger, if you are hell-bent on Dominguez in center field, you can move Bellinger to first base, of which the Yankees still have a need. So Bellinger, they still probably need to go out and address first base long-term. But Bellinger can at least fit in a couple of spots that the Yankees were looking at. And so right now, the Yankees lineup, according to Roster Resource over on Fangraphs, it is Volpe leading off, followed by Chisholm, Judge, Bellinger, then Stanton, their catcher platoon of Wells and Trevino, Dominguez, Oswaldo Cabrera, and then right now they have a first base platoon with LeMahieu and Rice. I would imagine that's the next spot that gets filled, is a first baseman for the Yankees. But then after that, in your starting rotation, it is Cole, Fried, Rodon, Heel, and Stroman. Hate that. From a not Yankee standpoint. Looking at it from the Yankee standpoint, that is all of a sudden a really, really good pitching rotation. You have Garrett Cole, ace at the top. You have Max Fried, ace potential, number 2. Carlos Rodon, Rodon and Stroman, low floor, high ceiling guys. You can get a lot out of those dudes. But as your 3 and 5, you're totally cool with that. And then Heel has electric stuff, and prove that in a Rookie of the Year showing. And I think can only get better from here. And then the bullpen, they acquired Devin Williams with Weaver and probably Hamilton as a setup right now. So they still need another lefty or a lefty arm in that bullpen. But that is a playoff caliber roster, and honestly one that I think is very much capable of getting back to the World Series and winning another American League pennant. When you look at the rest of baseball, if the Orioles are going to lose Burns, that's a better pitching staff than when Baltimore has. Now, the Orioles offense, assuming any kind of progression or anything like that, the Orioles offense is not going to be worse than what the Yankees are. Like that's going to be a really, really good offensive team. But the Yankees are, at least, I think, that top 4 of your lineup with Volpe, Chisholm, Judge, Bellinger, and then in the playoffs, Stanton. That is a very dangerous 1 through 5 that can compete with a whole lot of teams. So once again, the Yankees have gone out and made themselves title contenders, I think, with this Cody Bellinger move. It just makes all the sense in the world. It is phenomenal for Bellinger. I think he is going to be a perfect fit for the Yankees, and one that I think is going to cause a lot of problems for teams out in the American League East. And again, I don't think they are done. But for the Yankees, to pivot from Soto, everyone assumed that this team was going to go on a free agent signing rampage. I said it at the time. the thing that I was kind of hoping for and kind of banking on, as again, someone very openly not a fan of the Yankees, is that they were going to spend like drunken sailors, and it was just going to be, yeah, that guy, let's go. It doesn't even matter what the fit is. Let's just go. Obviously, I didn't actually think it would be that irresponsible, but I thought that there would be some irresponsible spending. Instead, the Fried contract, maybe a little long, maybe for a little bit much, but for right now, which is all this team cares about, for right now, that is one of the best number 2 pitchers you can have in the sport if he can stay healthy. They go out and get the best closer available in Devin Williams. And now if Weaver can kind of find a little bit of what he had last year in spurts and keep that going consistently, then this is going to be a guy who can absolutely be a fantastic shutdown guy in the 8th inning. And so now the bullpen is a strength. And so they have, and then you go out and add Bellinger, and all of a sudden, this has been a very reasonable, very effective approach to this offseason for the New York Yankees that have put them right back in contention in the American League.